So we got to the five and most vulnerable questions of all. What is holding you back? What is stopping you from getting those goals become a reality? Now, a couple of things. If your first answer to this is, I don't know, I want to challenge that you do. You just need to have an honest conversation with yourself, meditate on it a little, brainstorm a couple of things, and if it feels right, ask for feedback from someone who is close to you, who knows you, who has good intentions. You will start spotting patterns. You need to be the one that really understands what is holding you back, because if you do not see those blockers, there's nothing you can do to change them. And also think that if you're trying to become a different person than you are currently, you might also want to think about the things that could potentially stopping you in trying to become a different person. So they might not be blocking you now, but they might block you in the future. For example, the first thing that I wrote is lack of organization. And as I have said time and time and again so far, I tend to craft a strategy, plan ahead. I have a lot of organization. I have a lot of organization for an average person, but this year I am trying to achieve extraordinary results. So I cannot achieve extraordinary with average organization. So lack of organization is in the sense of extraordinary organization. I need to work on that. Fear of rejection and failure, cringe. This happens to me when I am putting out something new and validating it, such as this challenge. I do fear rejection and failure. I am still doing anyway because I know that to some people it might really help. And it does not prevent me from facing from others, but remember that your potential, the impact that you could have, is meant to really enable some people to empower themselves, not to the 100% of the global community. The comfort zone, which hasn't been as comforting lately. So here's the thing, I have a good life, I can provide for myself. I have reached in one way or another a comfort zone, but because there is so much more that I want to accomplish, because I have higher so-called comfort zone has not been felt as comforting lately, which means I have to step up my game. What I am doing right now. Addiction to drama. So I want to challenge you into thinking, where is your addiction to drama presenting in your life? Because it lives in all of us. For example, when you're right about someone that said something that was hurtful, you might be right, but the part of you that it is still holding on to the feeling of being hurt, that part of drama, and it makes life more complex than it is. So just try to spot that within yourself and let it go when you can sense it. Repeating patterns of self-sabotage, we all do in one way or another, even more so when we're setting on unrealistic dreams, unrealistic expectations. When we are lying to ourselves in one way or another, in fact, we're just fooling ourselves, but we know deep down that we're not really meant to do something, not in that way, and we are just unconsciously going to self-sabotage that intent. And what that can lead you is to believe that you don't have what it takes. You do. You just need more organization. Your mindset, negativism, I tend to help a lot, but then I hold back from asking for help because I feel it's like showing you where my weak points are. So when I am trying to do something like this, I want to build a community. I need to let go of the feeling that I can do everything by my own and I need to rely on help. Lack of patience, I know that I went about this. Freezing actionless in the name of perfectionist. This was called out to me a couple months ago and it really resonates. So I want to share with you that a lot of times when we are saying that we are perfectionists, we are actually saying, I fear that this might not go perfect, that this might not go as planned. We're not actually perfectionists, we are just scared. So when you're not doing any action in the name of perfectionist, you're actually just preventing yourself from failure by not even trying. Perfectionist, it doesn't really exist. It's just the way that we call it when we are fear. Complex of saving hero yet identifying as anti-hero. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, you probably got that. But what I mean here is that I tend to compulsive help others, and then at some point or another I just get drained from helping and I just stop helping, and then I feel guilty that I stopped helping. So all of this just drains a lot of energy from me. I just need to say no more often and let people help themselves. The need to, a ton of ego, hard to deal with. I do have a lot of ego. I challenge you to find the ego within yourself. The thing with a ton of ego is that, for example, we might be right about something, but that feeling of superiority, when we know that we're right, that is ego, and that gets in the way of us actually letting the other person understand our point of view. So spot the ego within yourself and just try to let it go. The need to have it my way, single time mindset, mega sensitiveness, uneasy, pathological thinker. I don't want you to believe that I hate myself. This is just things that I brainstorm when I was thinking what is getting in the way. I am a single child. I am used to having things being my way. And as part of building a community and really creating radical change, I know that I have to let go of all of these patterns that I tend to embark on. And also being able to tap on difficult emotions in the name of debating around important yet sensitive topics. So I want to let go of that is holding me back. Compulsive overthinking of things out of my control. I don't know if this happens to you too, but I challenge you to, when you find yourself overthinking about things that are out of your control, instead of thinking, just try to act. Do that little thing that changes at least something. So you are not stuck in overthinking, gaining anxiety or guilt, and instead of that, just act. Unsustainable pace, bad habits, past wounds. This goes back to the habits and how do I want to feel. I know that good habits are the ones that give me good energy. Bad habits just tend to drain it. Unsustainable pace, trying to run the sprint when it's a marathon. Wasted potential emerging as resentment. When we are freezing in the name of perfectionist, we are actually letting all of our potential go to waste. And here's the thing, somewhere within us we know that we have all that potential, and we are angry with ourselves and resentment that we did not let that flow into the world. So it all comes down to acting instead of thinking or talking, just action. Going over the past, anxiety for the future, this relates to overthinking. And these are a couple of things that I feel that are holding or could potentially hold me back. So, what are the things that are holding you back?